Hey gang, villagers, guess what I'm doing today? I'm gonna make bath bombs and I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so I'm not gonna give you my recipe, but here's what I figured. You're gonna go out, if you wanna make bath bombs, and you're gonna go research how to make bath bombs on the internet, on the World Wide Web anyway. So why not just let me show you how to make bath bombs? You can either make them yourself with a generic recipe, or you can come up and you can buy them for me if you don't feel like buying all these ingredients and making them yourself. But I figured for the ladies with small kids or the grandparents who really need something fun to do when the grands are over for the weekend, this is what you can do, because this is safe for the littles and their skin, whereas what's on the World Wide Web may not be that safe. You may find a recipe that you just don't know. I mean, you just never know what's on the internet, so I'd rather you hear it from me and learn it from me. So today you need a bucket, a pretty large bucket. You need baking soda, sodium bicarbonate. You need citric acid, Epsom salt, some sort of oil that you like, whether it is grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, sunflower, avocado, olive, hemp, whatever. That's up to you. And then you need a fragrance oil, something to scent your bath bomb with. And you definitely don't have to have a colorant if you don't want to have a big messy ring on your tub. You can just have a plain white bath bomb and voila, you're good to go. You don't have a big mess to clean up after. You're also going to need something for a mold. These make great molds. These are just the little Christmas ornaments. They're little bitty, or they're little plastic balls. You can buy them at Walmart. You can buy them on Amazon. You can actually buy these all year long at Hobby Lobby. And you need a spray bottle like this, a whisk, and a spoon, and that's it. And some gloves. Oh, and if the kids are doing it, please get a mask. I have these. They're just dust masks. These are good because it's very, very fine particles, and if you do have the little ones involved, put a mask on them. You'll thank me later. Okay, because it's just not safe to inhale all that, because it does float through the air for a while. I'm not going to wear a mask because you wouldn't be able to hear me if I did, but I typically have a big old mask that I wear, a big oxygen whatever mask filter thing. So, okay, are you ready? Here we go. Get your bowl. We're gonna do, my measurements are a little bit different, but I'm gonna call out the measurements that you would use. So you're gonna need a cup of baking soda. You're just gonna pour it into your bowl. You're gonna need a half a cup of citric acid, granules, and you're going to need an eighth of a cup of Epsom salts. You could even use Dead Sea salt if you wanted to. Okay, now what you're going to do, if you use a coloring powder, you would add that in at that time. And then you're going to stir really good. This is where you need the mask. You're going to take your whisk and you're going to stir it up. And this is going to take a while, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to stir and stir and stir and stir some more. But the kids love to do that, so it'll be fun. You get it all mixed up, and then you're going to put in your oil. Pour your oil in. Because the oil is what's going to make make your skin really soft. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is stir some more. Now this is the part that takes the longest because you have to stir until it is all the way mixed up. Your oil has to be mixed and distributed throughout the entire bowl. This part does take quite a while. So, in order to save time, I've already made one up. It's already mixed. And there's my mix. Okay, now after you've gotten all your powders and all of your oil mixed in, you're gonna have a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit wet, but you're still gonna have to add something to it. You're gonna have to spray water on it. And this is the tricky part, because citric acid and baking soda, when mixed together and then when they are wet, they start to activate. It starts to foam and sizzle and do the Alka-Seltzer deal. So it is very, okay, so what I was saying is the thing with doing this is you're going to have to spritz your blend. After you get that oil all the way mixed in, you've got to spritz with water, very little water. You want the consistency to be where it sticks together when you squeeze it. So the mixture needs to stick like wet sand. That's the best way to describe it in order for your bath bombs to hold. So you're gonna take your whisk and you're gonna spritz water while you're moving your whisk really fast. So spritz, 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 stir. And the more you stir, the less likely it is to activate and get that citric acid going. But you just gotta stir fast. And really the best way to do it is by hand for the smaller amounts, but you can always get you a, cake mixer. But the thing that I always suggest with that is make sure it's one you're not going to use again. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can always use it for food later, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't do that. But whatever. That's just up to you as long as you clean it good. Okay, so now we're going to take our molds, and I don't use the plastic ones because I like to do this fast. So you can use the plastic ones because you're going to be a newbie and you're going to go slow. But you take your mold, you're going to fill it up. Fill up one half. Fill up the other half. And then you're going to overstuff it. So it's going to be 2 mounds. See that? And then you're going to put them together. It's so hard to do this with slippery gloves. And then you're going to have to kind of bang on both sides. And voila, you should have a bath bomb. Ta-da! But with the mix, the recipe that I gave you, like I said, it's not the recipe of the bath bombs that I sell out of Rustville, but it is a starting point. You can always gradually create your own recipe and just play around with it. It's kind of like cooking, you know, once you learn a recipe, you can just play around with it and add ingredients as you go or substitute ingredients as you learn about how bath bombs work. That's just up to you. My bath bombs at the store are very popular because I use a specific type of oil in them. I also use clays. I have essential oils that I use for most of them. And of course, you know, I have the different colors and the different botanicals, the different sea salts, the different stuff. I mean, it's just different. It just depends on what you're wanting out of your bath, out of your experience. But you can double the recipe, you can triple the recipe, you can do whatever you want to make your own. And to make it your own, But anyway, that's it. It's fun for the kids, and it's safe for the kids, and it's easy to do. It is. The first couple of times it was frustrating for me just getting the right consistency, but I don't have a measurement of water that you use. You just kind of have to play around with it and see how you do until it's just, you work until you get that wet sand texture. That's really all there is to it, because the wet sand is, when it sticks together, that's how you know it's ready to go in the molds. And that's all. So don't say I never taught you anything, because I just taught you how to make bath bombs. And they are fun, and they are, they're popular. They're very popular, but they would make great gifts. And then, of course, if you just don't have time to do something like this every day for gifts, you can always come up here and buy some already made up. All right, guys, that was just a short, quick video. I wanted to do something extra special for my loyal villagers. So, and my new villagers, and my hopefully future villagers. So you guys come up and see me, 120 Quitman in Pittsburgh on Main Street. Peace.